Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So Davinci Resolve 18 has been available for a while now. However, it was previously only available in a beta version, and I wanted to wait until the official release came out. And so we're now here. Davinci Resolve 18 is finally released. It's out of beta, and whenever I went into Davinci Resolve, I saw this update available. So now let's go ahead and download and install Davinci Resolve 18. Okay, so one thing that I definitely want to mention is whenever you see this warning pop up, it's telling you that once you upgrade to Davinci Resolve 18, you actually have to update your database, or now they call it library first. So before you do that, I highly recommend that you do back up your existing databases or library. And this is a best practice even if you aren't upgrading to a big release. I do this pretty much on every point release as well, because you never know what issues you're going to have. And so it's really important that you back up your database/library before you make any upgrades. Protect your online privacy and keep data brokers from selling your personal information by using Delete Me, the #1 privacy information remover service since 2010. Sign up today and get 20% off your first order. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. All right, so after updating my database, which they now refer to as libraries, everything seems to work just fine. And if I go here to the home and look at all my projects, they are all here, thankfully. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I always recommend that you back up your database or library before you make an update. Now, Davinci Resolve 18, as with most releases, has a lot of new features. And in future videos, I'll be going over the features that I think are the most valuable and that might be useful for you as well. But some of the key features that Blackmagic really wanted to focus on is first and foremost their Blackmagic Cloud feature. Now, Davinci Resolve has always had a very collaborative workflow. So if you did set up a local network, you could actually work on projects simultaneously with other people on your team. But that was more complex and it was really suited for more professional grade and big production studios. Now with Blackmagic Cloud Beta, you could do all of this on the cloud, and it's still really meant for more production studios, but you could also use this as an individual as well. So that's going to be a really cool feature for people and teams who actually need that. And then other features that Blackmagic has provided with this release is this whole proxy generator. And so if I go down here and I go to Blackmagic Design, there's this thing called Blackmagic Proxy Generator. Now this is available on a free version, which is what I'm using. And this is actually the light version. So in this case, you actually assign a folder where you store all your proxy files in. And so in this case, you just create a folder and then you'll assign that as your proxy folder, and Davinci Resolve is going to go ahead and watch that folder for any new proxy files. And this is a feature that I'll go over in a later video. And then other features that they've added an update to their beauty feature. So go ahead and type that in. So they have an upgraded beauty feature as well. This might be useful for some people. I've never used it myself, so I'll be interested to see how that works. And then some other features that I thought were pretty cool was in the color tab, there is a new feature called Surface Tracker. Now, this is unfortunately only available on the studio version, but it's a really powerful feature. Just looking at some of the samples where you can isolate a part of your video without actually having to do a lot of work to mask out that part. And maybe in the future, I am going to be upgrading to the paid version, Davinci Resolve Studio. So I'll be able to show you that once I make the upgrade. But as I stated a bit earlier, there are a lot of new features here, and that's something that I always really appreciate with Blackmagic. They're constantly trying to improve their programs. And I would say for the most part, they're adding features that really make sense to a lot of people. Even if you're somebody like myself who's not a professional video editor, a lot of these features that they add, especially on the free version, they're pretty incredible in my opinion. And it seems like with every release that I see, the speed just gets better and better. I would say this is one of the fastest video editors out there. And considering how many features that it has and how much of a pro grade video editor that it has, I think that's a really good thing. And once I get the studio version, I'll be able to get even more performance out of my existing hardware because it'll be able to use a lot more features like my GPU, but it also has their neural AI features as well, which is the biggest selling point. So that is just my quick thoughts on installing DaVinci Resolve 18, finally the official version, and really being excited about what this version has to offer. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my DaVinci Resolve tutorials, tips, and thoughts, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group.